And good evening and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this evening. Hope you're all well this evening. Aberdeen away. It's always a good Aberdeen. It's always good Aberdeen away. Had many a good away days up in Aberdeen. Let me just check this first. So yeah, Aberdeen away, 3 points is what we want. Well, we get 3 points tonight. Evening to everyone who is in the chat. Do you like the new logo? Talking about that, there is new merch as well. New Adidas. There's a new Adidas top actually. It is a bit pricey, but it is what it is. A black Adidas top with that logo on it, and there's a mug with that logo on it, and there's a few other items. There will be a few other new designs coming in the next week or so. So there's information coming out of Celtic for those that are going to the game tonight. It looks a nice night up. I mean, is it a nice night? Looks all right. It's not too bad. Looking over at where the Celtic fans, this is the that's the corner over there that the Celtic fans will be, isn't it? Where all the stewards are currently. In this area over here that the Celtic fans will be. That small allocation. Remember when we used to get right up to here? I remember when we used to get the majority of this stand. But now they get this little area in there. And the thing is Aberdeen never sell out their allocation. Never. It's ridiculous. But, do you know, they get to do what they want in their stadium, but like everyone else, so Celtic give them a smaller allocation. It's a chat for another day. But the Celtic fans liaison officer has put out information for people heading up to the game tonight. Possession of fireworks, smoke bombs, firecrackers, pyrotechnics are absolutely prohibited due to the serious risk of safety to spectators. The club and supporters are brightly proud of our reputation, and we encourage all supporters to help foster this reputation at our fixtures. Yeah. Fans are not requested to attend the stadium without a valid match ticket, says it. No ticket, no entry. No pyro, no party. Entering the stadium, gates will open at 7 p.m. Pretty much opening anytime soon. We recommend with fans with a valid ticket arrive early. Now, there will be mounted police. Mounted police branch will be in attendance. Ticket checks or approach to the stadium, as always. Geez, nothing new. As soon as you go through the gates, you've got one check, and then you've got another police check before you even get to the turnstile. I remember Aberdeen away. It's not changed much. But anyway, thought we used to get the beach end behind the goal bars. God, that was a long time, Jim. That was a long time ago. A long time since we got the beach end. Jeez, showing your age there, mate. Police will conduct ticket searches at the coach park. Ooh. Celtic travel stewards will be positioned within the check search lines. It's nonsense going to football these days, isn't it? Got to go through 2 sets of searches. Police standing watching. Don't know. I know Yara's a football fan. No other sport do you have to put up with such absolutely boic. Fans with validated tickets will be filtered into search lanes leading to turnstiles. The ticket search lanes will be strictly managed. The ticket search lanes. Unbelievable, eh? 6 travel stewards, 2 fans leaving officer, and 1 disability access officer. Drums, flags, banners, green and white hoops. Flags and banners are welcome, however, fans are asked not to cover the advertising. Drum and flags, including T-poles, are permitted. I'm a little teapot, so dun. Banner frame will be permitted to prevent advertising being covered. Car parking on street and non-coned areas. Do people take their cars up to Aberdeen away? It's mostly buses that go up, isn't it? I know there's a couple of I know a couple of guys that take cars up, but they fly in. They fly into generally fly into Edinburgh before they get someone to pick them up and drive them up the roads. There are no roadworks en route, but there was a crash around about 2 hours ago that would have delayed traffic slightly. Anyway, we digress. It's a throwback. Get the revs on full blast. Ah, mate, been up there many a time. Many a time. And I know where all the police stops are. We used to text each other. All the bus conveners used to text each other. Don't know, the first bus that got up in the day would text, right, there's a police check here. So you'd get off and you'd get all your cargo drank and then you would stash the rest of it and then away up the road. And then the police would stop you and they'd be like, ah, bus is empty, mate. Bus is empty. No bevy on this bus, pal. £5 on Benji Negrin and a 3-1 scoreline. Hey, everyone watching tonight says Jed Johnston. That's an interesting one. I went on the wrong screen as well. Let's get back onto this screen. Next games that are coming up after tonight. Obviously, the big one tonight is Aberdeen. It's the only game tonight. And then we've got a small matter of cup duty. Cup duty at the weekend. Just do it like that. It's fucking disappeared altogether. Right. Let me just double check that everything is still not right, is it? There we go. Let's start this light out. Or is it this light? Oh, the fucking light's just going out altogether. Let's sort lights. There we go. Still too dark. There we go. What's going on with the lights tonight? It's awfully dark. It's because it's fucking outside light annoying me, isn't it? That's better. Get that shutter down. Right, let's jump into the comments section and see what you're saying to it tonight, you wonderful bunch of people. Absolutely wonderful bunch of people. What do you think that the score line will be tonight? Just get that up there. Tight at the back, no sleepy tonight. Glitch in the matrix, yeah. It's a glitch in the matrix. What's my predicted 11? I did my predicted 11 this morning and last night. I think it'll be Tierney, it'll be Scales, it'll be Dane Murray, and Rocco at the back. It'll be Callum McGregor, Oxlade Chamberlain. There's seemingly Oxlade Chamberlain merchandise out. I need to check this. A Celtic Bonkers shop. Have they actually brought out Oxlade Chamber? Oh, they have. Oh, shit. Seriously, Celtic. What the? I'm not being funny, Celtic, but what is the script here? £425 for a framed Oxlade Chamberlain shirt. Jesus Christ, man. What? They've got they've even got a Nico Kuhn one. Oh, Celtic. An Oxlade Chamberlain signed print. A print. Not even an original. A print. 125. Come on, Celtic. That's taking the biscuit, man. That's honestly taking the biscuit. I'm going to jump through these comments. Apologise for not reading the comments, but um, tell me what you think of goal. Tell me what you think of goal. I can't even speak, man. Um, tell me what you think about the price of the Oxlade Chamberlain merchandise. 125 bucks. 125 quid for a signed print, not even an original. A photocopy. You could buy connected Kunstop for but I mean there's Chamberlain's signed top. 425 quid. It says personally hand signed by Oxlade Chamberlain. Aye, on the shirt, on the print, it'll be. He's not going to sit and. I mean, how many of these prints are they selling? Come on, that's print. It'll be hand signed on the original, and then there's copies of that. This limited edition flame print. Fuck off, Celtic. Key details. Personally signed by hand by Oxlade Chamberlain. So he sat there and they signed 100 of them. Is that what Celtic are? Fucking. It's like doing lines. I'm not buying that he signed more than 10 of them. Not a chance. Celtic are at it, man. Absolute at it. Honestly. 125 quid for a picture with a signature on it. Oh, Jesus. But anyway, I got about I got about 3 emails today. Got about 3 emails a day at the moment, begging for me to buy stuff. I'm not budging. I'm glad Celtic have got one of my old emails that I don't use anymore. So what's this? Why have I got 3 emails? I'm going to just clear that down until nobody sees it. I'm obviously signed in. It's sending me taking stuff for. Anyway, let's come off that before there's any more hilarity. Yeah, it was old. I knew it was old, mate, but I didn't guess the year. Thank you for that. My mother was like, "Geez, that's an old top, wasn't it?" Um, another day fixing pylons. That's a cracking job, mate. Bet you get some views. Sparkling. Anyway, the Celtic team will be out in a minute. The hilarity, honestly, the hilarity of Celtic Football Club. Trying to rip the. I should have seen our German friends need to see the price of that merchandise. Because it's absolutely ridiculous. And I wonder what price the merchandise is. Let me just jump on it quickly before the team comes out. This is just for our German friends that have just joined the channel this evening. How much does your team sell signed tops for? They're a Celtic trying to sell a signed top for £425. In euros, that's about €525 for a top. Is that a rip-off or what? Just doing that just in time, just before the team is announced. Scales, Murray, Rocco, Sriracha. It's quite a bad dressing room that they've got as well. Up there. It's even worse than the Rangers one. I'll open that in a new link so we can get it in a minute, because the team should be out now, Celtic. No, they're not playing ball tonight. Must be a delay in sending it from Aberdeen. There it's out. Oh, mass changes. Sinisalo, Arrojo, Murray, Scales, and Tierney. The back four I said would be Tierney, McGregor, Hatate. And McGregor, Hatate, McCowan, sorry, in the middle. Wow. Yang, Tanetti, and Big Tam up front. big changes. Tony, they'll say it's free. Can you elaborate? Well, it is free to subscribe, but if you want to become a channel member, that's completely different. It's the same with this channel. I just don't advertise it. And I don't say it's free to subscribe. Subscribe. I don't beg for subscribers except for once or twice a month when I'm trying to hit to the next 1,000. I don't watch other Celtic channels. I know it's bad of me, but I've said it many a time. I generally don't watch other Celtic channels, to be honest, because I've not got the time. It's not that I don't want to watch them, it's that I don't have the time. Because I'm busy doing other stuff. Anyway, tell me about that team, for goodness sake. What about the team? On the bench is Dohan, Benji Nigrin, Junior Adamu, Oxley Chamberlain, Sriracha, Maeda, Benjamin Arthur, James Forrest, and young Colby Donovan. That's an interesting team. Still no Iniacho. Desmond says he tips that team. Did you? I never seen it. Sorry, mate. Jim Lister says that's the lineup he nearly said yesterday. I'm surprised that McCowan's starting, I'll be honest. I will be honest, I'm surprised at him starting. He's a good player, though. Oxy's picture is worth more than our signings. I think that was... yeah, where's Bernardo? Where's Paulo Bernardo? I suppose Paulo Bernardo's been dropped off the bench for Benji Nigrin. No, for Oxley Chamberlain, sorry. And Benji Nigrin. So it's unfortunate. Class, no disguising, he is useless. Says that one. It's a good team for tonight. It's a team that should get it over the line. It's a team that should be able to beat this Aberdeen team, surely. You're thinking that if they can't beat this Aberdeen team, there's something far, far wrong. Far wrong with it. Let's just do this. And then we'll get the team up on the big screen until it changes. Celtic are currently third position in the league as it stands. Don't remind us. I will put this up over this until we get started so that you can all see the team. Oop, Jesus, pressing buttons I shouldn't be pressing. So yeah, Rojo, Murray, Scales, Tierney. I think that everyone called that one correctly. It's probably the strongest back line that we could have at the moment with Celtic. A couple of super chats come in. Do you start Hatate or Hatate or back the Ox? Well, it looks like we've started Hatate sitting in beside McGregor. Yang and 3-1 Celtic. He's just put another bet on, has Jed Johnston. Superb. Hopefully that one comes in. Yang to score at any time, would that be? Or Yang first goal? I'd take Yang at any time, wouldn't he? Where's Mvuka? The guy got a fright his first game, says Martin O'Neill, and he's never been near it since. Don't know. Someone's over on Super Scoreboard. Dishing the dirt on the buns. Oh, That's an absolute cracker from our Stuttgart friends. You will find Lord looking before you find Balak Wisher. This is true. Kelechi was in training in Manchester during the derby. No surprise. He's back up at training with Celtic. Um, but it just beggars belief that you've got players like, it seems to be Brendan Rodgers' old mates, isn't it? The ones that are the unfittest and the ones that are getting slated by ex-players and fans alike. I mean, it's not just fans that are slating Kasper Schmeichel now. There's the ex-players publicly slating Kasper Schmeichel. There was one podcast that I do try and catch a bit of. It's usually when I'm driving though. I listen to it, and they were saying that Kasper bottled it for the weekend. He wasn't injured at all. He was meant to be on the bench, and he went, "Fuck, I'm not being on the bench." I don't think that there's any truth in that at all. I think that Kasper maybe is a little bit ill, but I think it's probably too much pies that's made him ill. Anyway, when's Engels back? Who knows? I mean, do you miss Engels? A lot of people saying that Engels isn't worth the money. But a lot of people saying, where is he? Where is he? Where's Engels? I'm going to jump into, this is Yang's 100th appearance. Really? Yang 100th, how on earth, how is, that can't be Yang's 100th appearance. Surely not. Can he be? He's not been at Celtic that long to get 100 appearances, has he? Chamberlain has been hopeless in the last two games. Interesting. First scoreline, right? 3-0 or 3-1 or 4-1 Celtic. We do have previous up there. It's not got the scorelines on that. Here comes the bookie basher. Mate, I don't know how you've still got accounts open. They're going to ban you for insider trading just shortly. Ah, jeez, the old good old Lord looking one. You say that one of the chairmen of the 49ers is a Celtic fan. Who cares about the other side of the city? It's all about scoreline tonight. Give me your scoreline predictions in the comments section. DJ Kev's going for 3-1 tonight. 3-0. Says Martin. We have beat them 3-0 before. There's some of the previous scorelines there. Back December, we beat them 3-1. Up at Aberdeen, we've beaten them 2-0. We've drawn 1-1, and then we beat them 5-1 and 5-1. It is usually a game, Aberdeen away is usually a game where we can get a good few goals. Even if we win 2-0 tonight, I think that will be a fantastic scoreline just to get into that second place in the league and get a couple of goals in with it. 2-1 Celtic. Not sure if it will score 3, says Flying Gollum. 3-goal cushion. 2-1 Celtic. Scotty Boy says 3-0 Celtic. McCowan to score. This is a game that's kind of made for McCowan, isn't it? You know, it's a rough and tumble of Scottish football. It's the standard of football that he should be able to really thrive in. And it's a standard, and it's a game where you're really thinking that Yang, Tenecti and Big Tam needs to start doing things, doesn't he? These are the games that you're wanting him to start producing in, surely. Because if it goes more and more games, the longer it goes without our strikers, we've been quite lucky over the years. Have numerous strikers that have been able to score a goal almost every second game. You know, we've had some strikers that have managed to get a goal every game over the course of a season when you tally it out. But even if you get one that can score 20 goals, we've no striker that could score 20 goals. We've never had a striker that could score 20 goals a season since we sold Adam Ida. Just saying. Just proving a point. John, the truck driving legend. I have limited edition double-decker Celtic bus from 2001, signed by a dead Glenrothes bus driver, for sale. It's 888. I don't know. That's a wind up, that comment, or no, mate. Um, my my prediction, his prediction is 13.5 seconds. For what? For a goal? Oh man. Geez, 1-0 will do tonight, but I'm going for 4-1, says Scott. Big Tam needs to get a goal or a couple tonight. He needs to start getting in goals, doesn't he? Because their strikers have been completely lackadaisical on that front. They've been completely nil and void ever since, I mean, even before Kyogo Furiashi left. I mean, Kyogo wasn't banging in goals for fun, was he? He was missing more than he was putting in towards the end. Dyson Maeda, are we giving Dyson a bit of a rest? If you're a top player, you shouldn't be needing a rest. Is it the case that we're bringing in players tonight and keeping the best team for the cup game? Because our whole focus now is entirely on the Scottish Cup as this week is concerned, because you've got to get players game time tonight. You can't risk. I mean, I know that we said during the beginning of the season that, you know, the run to the Scottish League Cup, you should try and use as many as the bench players as possible. Sinisalo getting a start is, you're not going to use him as a change of goalkeeper. He looks like he could be the goalkeeper between now and the end of the season, depending on what Martin O'Neill says about the goalkeeper that's missing. Barry Boy says 2-0 to the Celts. When was their last 4-0 comfortable win? Falkirk. Would have been. Tam needs to score and Tenecti. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Don't worry about it. 3-0 Celtic. Half time and I win 20 quid. What, are you putting 50 pence on? I'm joking, mate. If it's 3-0 at half time, I win 20 quid. I put 50 pence on, 50 pence each way bet. Do they still do that at the bookies for the horse race? 50 pence each way on the Grand National. You remember you used to do that? You used to do that when you were a kid. Well, I'll take you to the bookies, son. Fuck, am I going to the bookies first? Then we'll go to the pub after it. Going to the bookies and put the Grand National on. Pick a horse. I could pick a horse. I couldn't pick my nose down. Pick a horse, son. Just fucking anyone all day. Like 50 pence each way on that horse for the wee boy. Jesus, back in the day, yeah. Hatate has scored more against the Sheep than any other team. I think he'll get another one tonight. Well, he's going to be playing in the holding midfield role, so how far forward will he get? Because I think that the midfield three will be McCowan, Yang and Tenecti. I think that Martin O'Neill will stick with the 4-2-3-1 formation. He won't put Hatate away up front. Tony says 4-0 Celtic. Aberdeen get a player sent off in 60 minutes. If we do that, 3-1, 3-0 Celtic, said Celtic Samurai Blue. You think it'll be 3-0? I'm going to go for 2-0, just as a... Any more than 2 will be a bonus tonight. Carol's going for 3-0. Also, McGregor with a screamer. Remember Scott Brown scored against Aberdeen a long time ago? He was a screamer. A win tonight will see us nicely through this hectic 4-game schedule. I mean, is it hectic or is it just 4 games? I mean, it doesn't really matter who they were against, will it? I mean, it could have been. Hmm. I've not seen Stephen Johnson on tonight as yet. He was on this morning, I believe. I looked back at the comments this morning. He was on. Dyson's a machine. He doesn't need a rest. He's just been shite for weeks. I went 6-0, but I'll take one. Says Chill Pill. Should be an easy 3-0 win tonight. I'm thinking so. I've not seen you for a while, mate. You would think Celtic are surely capable of scoring 3 goals up there because we've scored. It's a different Celtic team, though, isn't it? Once we get the stats up for the previous games, I mean, there has been a few 5-1 games. I can remember we beat them. Was it 8-0 at Celtic Park? One December. I was hungover to pot that game. Honestly, I was dying. I'm sure I fell asleep at half time. It's a long time ago. Long time ago. But that table will change tonight. It will go from third place, hopefully. Do we need to cross our fingers tonight? And then we'll jump up into second place above the Rangers. And then it is all to play for because it means that we're all on 29 games. Previous scorelines, go back to February 2025, Celtic beat Aberdeen 5-1 at Celtic Park. They went away to Aberdeen away in May and they beat them 5-1 again, the 24th of May 2025. They drew 1-1. That was the Scottish Cup. Why is that game on there? And then it went to extra time. We got beat. Was it not? Anyway, we move on from that. Let's just get the players back up. And we'll jump through some of 4-1 Celtic. Do you think it'll be 4? We need I think Dean hits it to the spot with this comment. We need a full 90-minute performance from everyone. When was the last time that we had a full 90 minutes performance by every single player? It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been ages since we've had that full 90 minutes. Anyway, whilst we do have quite a lot of people on, where is... Damn. Oh, there it's there. Make sure that you jump on to the website hoopsmerch.co.uk and you'll see that there is a new range of merch. That's the new Adidas one there. New Adidas range, new Adidas polo shirt. It is an official Adidas polo shirt. And then there's the normal t-shirt and there's a mug and there's some St. Paddy's Day stuff also kicking about. So make sure you jump on to hoopsmerch.co.uk. Thank you very much for that. And I've clicked on the wrong one again. There we go. That's the screen I should be on. Michael says he's put a £1 bet on. Gets 20 back. That's not too bad. Yeah, Stephen was on this morning. Stick 3-0 on. 30 pence each way. 30 pence each way? Jesus. 2-0 win tonight. Osman and AJ have set back 2 or 3 weeks. I did a video this morning about Alistair Johnston and Callum Osmond, and you're not going to see them this season. There is absolutely no point. They're not going to be able to make any difference to the way that the league goes. They're not going to be physically fit enough, as in match fitness. Now, if you're talking about Oxlade-Chamberlain not being up to speed and not being able to play 90 minutes, Alistair Johnston and Callum Osmond have been out since last October, which is almost just as bad as Chamberlain that had been out since May and hadn't played until Christmas. Alistair Johnston and Callum Osmond, all they'll be doing when they get back fit in a month's time will just be getting minutes in their legs so that they're getting ready for pre-season. Alistair Johnston will be wanting to try and build up his match fitness so that obviously he's in contention for that World Cup place. But when it comes to Celtic and just solely focused on Celtic, all these players are doing is coming in and trying to get some game time between now and the end of the season to make sure that their fitness is back up and they're getting ready for pre-season next year. Don't shoot the messenger, but it's just the way that I see it. And you know, are you seriously going to drop Alistair Johnston when you've got Julian Araujo in the team that's on fire, and Alistair Johnston's not played all season because of an injury? Young Callum Osmond, he may get some game time as a striker, because let's face it, I think he was one of the last strikers to score under Martin O'Neill the first time round, wasn't he? No, was it before Martin O'Neill? Was it Martin O'Neill? Can't remember. It was that bloody long ago. It was that long ago. Anyway, Scotty Boy says, Baz, 3-0, McCount to score, Maeda off the bench, hail, hail. Sean Dixon, not another penny, Baz. Aye, not another penny. Aye, that's from Celtic. Just buy it from me instead. On yourself, flying Colin from the Carmichael Boys, CSC. Can't see Carter Vickers or Jota back this season. Jota won't be back this season. They've already said that. Jota won't be back, and I don't think Cameron Carter Vickers is back either. But anyway, 3-0 says Barry Boy. Surely Yang has to score. Celtic scoring both halves, 3-1. Melee Boy says 3-1, that's your bet trips. £100 gets you £400 back. That's printing money. Woofed. And by the way, he does it because he's sent me his his bookies slips quite regularly over the last couple of months, and he is the bookie basher on the channel, the complete bookie basher. But anyway, we digress. I think the last 90 minutes performance we had was Feyenoord away. After that was probably last season. That's actually quite a good one. I think you're right. And we got carried away with emotion, actually, winning the Feyenoord away game. But it was a game but that was under Martin O'Neill, wasn't it? Callum Osmond scored the third goal against the Tribute Act in the semi-final. Yeah, that was under Martin though, wasn't it? It was a long time ago. A long, long time ago. I mean, that final was in December. So that was the middle of November when Martin O'Neill was here the first time. It's hard to be confident of any comfortable win. Hasn't happened since Falkirk 4-0. Is it the fact that we do have a settled back four for these games now? We've had quite a settled team when it comes to the back four. I know that Murray's came in, but Scales, Tierney, Araujo have been quite settled now for since the beginning of January, really. Couple of months all playing together. Murray steps in, he does what he does in training. He knows the way that, Murray's players that play in that type of position, they know when they're stepping into the pitch, they know the way that the back four plays, they know the way they should all be playing. So it's easy for Murray to fit in as a younger player. It'll be interesting to see what Hatate does tonight after all the plaudits of the game against the Rangers at the weekend. Whether or not he's up to the fight tonight. It's not just up to the fight, but up to the battle in that midfield, because it's always a battle up in midfield. Boy, they's still hurting. Just look at that face. Is he on the telly just now? Take it the telly has started. We're due a dominant performance for the full 90 minutes, and tonight is the night. statistically over the years, Aberdeen away towards this time of the season have always given us, and it's always midweek games as well. I missed the old weekend games at Aberdeen. Used to be great going up there and go to the Boozers. We always seem to play Aberdeen. It's always Aberdeen away on a Wednesday night. Why is that? Anyway, it's a confident goalkeeper that settles the defence, says Gareth. This is very true. Anyway, somebody was saying, let's get us to 26,000 before that game at the weekend. I don't think that will happen. We're not far off it, I will be honest. We are climbing up slowly but surely. I'll let you see it in just a second. Well, you never know, actually. It seems to have jumped up a bit tonight. It always jumps up in the live games. Sitting at 25,862. He's 138 before. It's never going to happen. 138 before Sunday. Wrong one. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. We're trying to get to 26,000 before the Rangers game. I can't see it, I'll be honest. I can't see it happening. It'd be great if it did happen. Absolutely phenomenal if it did happen. But just keep on going the way it's going. Anyway, let's get back to this. And a thank you to everyone that has subscribed, by the way. I really do appreciate it. Smart Life says that he would like to see Celtic go 4-4-2. And 4-4-2 with that team? Who would be your two strikers? It's an interesting concept, but Martin O'Neill, he's never went... I mean, he always played 3-5-2 when he was at Celtic the first time. Sometimes a 4, but I don't think that we have the players. I mean, you would have to have at least one other striker on the bench and two strikers on the pitch, which would mean losing out on a midfielder. So then you're going to have to lose out on, you would say, McCowan, because you'd have McGregor, Hatate, Yang, Tenekti in the midfield, and then Big Tam and someone else up front. I mean, looking at the bench, you've got Junior Adamu on the bench. I mean, it's starting to look like that Junior Adamu and Big Tam the Czech are not the answer that Celtic have been looking for when it comes to strikers. I don't know what it's going to take for us to... I mean, we've been linked with some geezer down in South America this afternoon. How we could be linked with players and how we can honestly be making decisions at this point when we do not have a permanent manager. Surely it has all talk and all links with players surely have to be on hold for the next manager to make the decision. If not, the players will be offered to the manager and he's basically getting told to take them. I don't think that that's an acceptable position for Celtic to be in, quite frankly. As the manager, I want the next manager to come in and just have control over everything. I want Dermot Desmond to sit him down and say, look, I want you to take control of the complete football department. You know, never mind this nonsense of having a director of football that oversees everything. I want the manager to take us forward. You could have a director of football, but if it's going to be Martin O'Neill, he's not going to be in the job for 4 or 5 years. Do you know, Martin O'Neill doesn't want to be in that kind of job. We need somebody that's going to come in the summer that looks at Celtic as a 4-year project, give them a 4-year deal, and say, look, this is a 4-year project of building the academy, the B team, and the first team, and moulding it into something that's going to take us forward for not only the next 2 or 3 years, but the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Because that's what you need to do. You need to invest now in the academy for it to be producing players down the line. As it stands, the players that are there at the moment will not be stepping into the first team any time soon. And let's face it, we're not going to go out and spend money the way that we used to. So where do we get the players from to play 4-4-2? Let's not change them too much, because they got themselves in an awful McFuddle and an awful mess, awful mess, as they say, an awful mess when they changed under Wilfred Nancy. So let's not change them again before the end of the season. Could you imagine Rio Hatate? Jesus. Rio Hatate would just spit the dummy. If you imagine going into training and go, right, Rio, come here, son. Fozzie, go and you tell him. Right, you. We're going to change to a 4-4-2. That's the dummy would just get spat right out. What do you mean we have to change it again? 4-0 the Hoops, says James. 3-5-2. Please, we have nothing in defence. Big Tam and Maeda up front. So you would take who off in the midfield to play they two up front? It's going to have to be McCowan, isn't it? McGregor, Hatate in the midfield, Yang Tenekte out wide, and then Tam and Dyson Maeda through the middle, up front, as strikers. It could work. And then you've got Junior Adamu to come on. Could work, I suppose. But, I mean, Typhon firstly. Baz, how long have you been doing the One Celtic Fans View? The first One Celtic Fans View video that went out was the day that Neil Lennon was made manager the first time round. That was the very first One Celtic Fans View video. The day that he was made manager. I was there with my two daughters. And it's a scream of a video. Absolute scream of a video. I'll put it up so you can watch it before the end of this, because you hear someone in the video, and you actually hear me asking Lenny a question, believe it or not. Videos, latest, oldest. You actually hear me asking Lenny a question. I ask Neil, who's going to be the first, in fact, let's just put this on full screen? Let's watch it together. It's only a 1 minute 37 video. Have we got the audio up? Let me just check. We've got the audio, all systems audio. And you can actually hear my daughters on it. They're tiny at the time. Got to remember, this was a long time ago. There's only one Neil. Look at the old Sony phone there. Did you see that on the screen? There's Lenny just coming into picture now. I'll shove me out the road. There's only one Neil Lennon. Terrible camera movement. I mean, that was way before I even knew what was doing with YouTube. That's my daughter that's holding the phone, actually.
There's only a picture of a video.
Get him fucking sorted, Neil, my man. It's about fucking time some cunt done it. Up your hand, boy. Where's your first sign in, Neil?
Yeah, see, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Wait till I play it again. This is me. Wait, I'll just to clarify this. Neil went back on his word.
Where's your first sign in, Neil?
You, and he never done it. He never done it. And that video went on today. Anyway. That is the first That's all because something else. That is the first. That was March 2010. Jesus, it's March just now, isn't it? Must have been about the same time. Wow. It's the channel's birthday. It's my birthday. Yeah, so that was the very first 15 years ago. 15 years ago. Look at that. Long time ago. The 9th of June. Wow. It's only days of, oh my God, that'll be the same as the game this weekend, won't it? There you go. Thanks for bringing that up, mate, because I didn't realise that it was the significance. Of course I had hair back then, mate. But anyway, that was the very first Celtic. So yeah, it was 16 years ago now. Wow. Crazy times. Bonkers. Anyway, who was it that asked that? Typhoon McFlustery. How long you been doing the One Celtic Fans? You? Yeah. So aye. Not bad, eh? Just a wee while. But anyway, did I fail the medical? He never got back to me, to be honest. He never did get back to me. He must have known Nicholson at the time. But anyway, it was the start of 15 years of domination. It was that big, Rav. Took my niece up to see him. It was great because, I mean, we drove through from Fife that day. I knew it was happening, and I was like, I said to the kids, I said, "Mom, I'm going to take you through to Glasgow. You're going to see Neil Lennon being made Celtic manager." Right in there. That was brilliant. And just think, if I'd stuck at it there and then, this channel would have been way bigger than what it was and what it is. Because the next video was years after that. Oldest. I mean, there was that video, and then when was the next upload? God, this will give a throwback. This is a proper throwback. This video, this was uploaded. When was it uploaded? Doesn't tell me. 5th of August 2010. 5th of August. Anyway, that was a long time ago. 5th of August 2010. The old Green Brigade section, when it was a decent section, and it was just a better laugh, according to some people. Anyway, I remember the robot voices. Yeah, that all happened because of COVID. Anyway, we'll move on. Right. Let me just check if this is all sorted itself out. That is the previous score lines. Celtic Aberdeen head to head. Celtic have scored quite a few goals. Looks like that is the Aberdeen team that's out. They're going to play a 4-2-3-1 formation also. Nisbet up front for them. It's always a hard game at Aberdeen. It's never easy, even though we sometimes make it look easy. I can remember one game where Scott Brown was getting, the tackles that Bruni was getting was unbelievable. He was getting kicked all over the place. And then he gets up and he walks about. Good old Bruni giving it loudy. But anyway, that is the team up on the screen. Also, Tam the check up front with McCowan, Directy, Yang as a midfield three. And as I suggested, Hitati sitting in the I forgot I was going to say that because I was reading a comment. Just Tom says he was 44 then. Jesus. Need to watch Armstrong 15 now. $44. 3-1 Celtic, says Brian also. Anyway, we kind of went off script tonight because I was asked the question when the first video went up on the channel that was Celtic related. Got a long time ago. That makes me feel really old. We're due a high score match. Yes, we are that. Do you think that Casper's played his final game for us, or will he be back after his illness? If the if the illness is including sudden weight loss and whatever else is wrong with him, I'm not too sure with Casper. A lot of people talking about how old they were back in 15 years ago. McCowan and Yang bring the best out of each other. Don't say it. Don't say it. Do you think so? I think that they could. See, Yang's a hit or a miss, isn't he? 3-0, or my name's Alistair McCoist. Casper needs to eat humble pie. It's the only thing he won't eat. Please, not an extra time winner. My nerves can't take it. I don't think it'll be an extra time winner. I think that we've got this game. It will be a game where we get it done and dusted earlier on. I can't see it being. It never is an Aberdeen. Aberdeen, it usually ends up being quite comfortable. The first half will be an absolute. It'll be run all over the place in midfield. There'll be tackles going on everywhere, as always happens at Aberdeen. They usually go for it, completely go for it. Celtic get them with a sucker punch, and then Aberdeen lose their shape, and then it'll be depends on how many Aberdeen fans turn up tonight. I mean, the fact that they're way down the league, I think that the Aberdeen fans will be missing in massive numbers tonight. Don't be surprised if the stadium is half empty, especially because they're sitting way down in the league. I mean, it's quite embarrassing from an Aberdeen perspective how far they are back in the league. I mean, they see themselves as a top four club, not somebody that's sitting down in 8th position. Baz, just to clarify, I said Celtic to score before, where is that? Celtic to score both halves, odds 3-1, not scores line 3-1. So you're putting 100 quid on Celtic to score in both halves. You're putting 100 quid on that, and that gives you 400 quid return. Not bad. My missus would kill me if I started betting. In the sky. We need an early goal. Yes, we do that. Everyone's talking about their age, how young they were 15, 16 years ago. Our second half performances and substitutions have kept us in the title race. I can't see any different tonight. We aren't going to score loads, says David. Surely at one time it has to click and we start be banging in goals at some point. Well, 3 Celtic penalties. I don't think we'll get to see 3 penalties. Exactly, they're all comparing ages, mate. I'm trying to read the comments and I'm like, what the fuck? I think there's a few of you telling porkies about what age you are. Celtic need their goal tally up. There's one thing that for sure, whoever wins the league this season will win it on the lowest number of points accumulated for around about 10 years, I reckon. For around about 10 years. 4-1 tonight, Celtic, obviously. Liam says, how pish is Rio at hitting penalties? Let's not get started on that. Because it took him 3 attempts to put a penalty in the back of the net. But anyway, Aberdeen's Arsenal collapsed before half-time. It'll be 6-1 to Celtic and the penalty to Rangers. Should have had 3 Stonewall penalties at Ibrox. There's no point in talking about it. I could do something like that, or what could we do? Yeah, we'll give away some merch. But it's hard. It's hard to find out who the exact 26,000 subscriber is. They have to make it public, because if they don't have their YouTube as public, what I could do is the night of the 26,000, I could just pick a name at random throughout all the. I mean, tonight there's been 803 comments. What you could, in fact, what I could do is, yeah, if you go onto your onto your YouTube settings and you have your subscriptions public, and then I could do it then. Get a subscriber to come on and chat, Jimmy Boy says. That's something that we're looking at for the membership, so that we can have the Zoom calls back in, because we did Zoom calls at the beginning of the season, but they were just mayhem. They were just complete mayhem. And there's Liam. He's going to unsubscribe and resubscribe. See what I mean? That's just anyway. We need to start scoring 3 goals plus per game now, says Sean. I better get the TV ready. Get the TV switched on this screen. Move the comments over here. Use the number generator to pick a comment from a video. That's hard to do because it just gives me the totals. And then I'd need to, on the lives, it doesn't give you the number of the comment. Just gives you the total number of comments, if you know what I'm saying. That's kind of a hard one to do. It's a weird one. Delhi. Right, 3-0 tonight. What time is it? It's just after past, just under half an hour to go to the game till it kicks off. Let's get Sky up and sorted. Sky's always got a delay on it. I hate watching Sky because it's always got a delay. Premier Sports and TNT never have the delay that Sky does. Which is a pain in the ass. We 3-0 win tonight. Aberdeen need a new stadium. This one is shit. We're talking about the Aberdeen stadium, actually. Where is this picture? Wait till I show you this. This is the away dressing room. Now, you remember the Ibrox one, right? Those that are still on. There's quite a lot of people. I mean, there's been over 4,000 people on, so you're going to miss this. You remember the Ibrox one? This is the the Aberdeen dressing room. What the heck? Honestly, man. It must be freezing in there. Must be absolutely freezing. I wish they would take pictures of the whole dressing room and say, look at this, what we've got to get changed in. This is it's a shambles. Absolute shambles. We've got to get dressed in here. Anyway, that is the away dressing room this evening. Now that we all see the team that is up. Sky Sports. There's Sutton.
Kind of type style thing. You go back to and I can't. Aberdeen as a football club, need to be doing better on the football pitch. You know, I could totally understand if they've neglected the pitch, like to go and get a new stadium, to make the infrastructure and everything better. But they've actually spent fortunes on the pitch as well to get worse.
But ultimately, where does the blame lie with that?
But they're trying to get it right
managers and keep going and backing and backing and backing.
And they've brought in Darren Mowbray now, or back to the club. But, we talked about the recruitment not being great, so he's come back, and by all accounts he's the one who spotted Miofsky, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I think as well. Yeah, but I think Jim Goodwin deserves a lot of credit for that as well, because Jim Goodwin done a lot of hard work behind the scenes as well. And I know people will also point at Darren Mowbray and say he was. But I think if you're going to ask Darren Mowbray, Jim Goodwin was a big part of that as well.
The manager has the final say. I think that's one thing the club have made public. So the manager has the final say. So I think if you've got a chairman or a board that's willing to back the club in terms of financially, you've got a high number of players within the building, but you're not performing within the 4 white lines, then ultimately I think the blame has to lie somewhere. And for me, it's not with the board or Dave on that one.
OK, well, that is for the future, but the short-term future certainly is this game tonight against Celtic, where they will need to address a terrible run of form on their own patch. Celtic are unbeaten in their last 18 games here, their longest ever run without defeat, and they have scored in each of their last 45 visits. More on that when we return.
There we go. More than that when we return and the players are warming up. Right, I'm going to go and grab a cup of tea and some biscuits and some stuff just to settle down, and then I will be back on for the watch along in roughly around about 10 minutes, maybe before then, so I can hear Martin O'Neill and we can listen to what Martin O'Neill has to say before the game, unless Martin O'Neill's already spoken. Anyway, on that note, thank you for watching the team news this evening, and I'll catch you on the watch along.